Just waiting for my audience to build up. If you didn't know, the Beach Report is an interactive show and has been on the air, well, in Facebook for the past 10 years. So welcome. In today's show, first of all, before I do anything else, I want to thank all of my new subscribers. I have gotten more than 200 subscribers in just the last few days. Hi, Donna. And I wanted to thank you guys for that. Thank you for helping me grow my YouTube channel. I've been on YouTube for more than 10 years, but I didn't really start my channel and it hadn't been monetized until November was when I first really started putting an effort into it. Because Facebook has been disrespecting me so badly that I don't want to be there anymore. I'm just so done with Facebook. And YouTube wasn't much better in the past, but now YouTube is fine. So here I am on YouTube. Hi, Bam. Boy, what a show we had last night, huh? Oh my gosh. Yeah, Donna, we got to get you into the subscriber group. So you definitely need to be there. Last night's show was amazing. We all got, it was just me and Gina and Darla, and we got to say goodbye to Darla's dad in an amazing way. So if you become a member, then you can see that magic happen. It was amazing. Hi, John. So I've literally been waiting for what, Donna, an hour, 2 hours for Trump to meet with the Japanese Prime Minister Ishiba, and that hasn't happened yet. So while we wait for that, it's there's more and more action and more channels starting to cover it. So it's interesting. I'm going to read you a little text, I guess, from one of my friends who likes to talk about the economy. Oh, hi, Sharon. Oh, my goodness. Yeah. Yeah, why'd you lose yours temporarily? What are they accusing you of? You know, Zuckerberg said that he was going to stop disparaging MAGA people. And he's such a liar. And he's not helping me with my Facebook accounts, the ones that were stolen, the ones that are shadow banned at the moment. He's such a liar. Thank you, Danny. I love my hat, too. So, and this necklace, you know, the top diamond signifies muffin, the middle diamond signifies me, and the big diamond at the bottom is Ray. Ray gave me this necklace on our engagement day, and he found it actually in the gas station where we met. Long story, but I'll have to get into that one of these days. Okay, while we wait, oh man, Sharon, the hackers are so nasty. It's so difficult, really, to use any kind of technology these days because you are constantly in danger of being hacked or scammed or anything. Yesterday, I was really inundated with all of these messages from some dude from a country like Bangladesh or some nonsense like that. And not that your country's nonsense, but why are you contacting me telling me that you can help me grow my YouTube channel? How you gonna do that, Bangladesh, huh? You probably don't even really speak English. So I don't appreciate it because, thank you, Brenda. Hey, Trump 2024. Yeah, we're all shadow banned. Anyway, this dude from Bangladesh says he's gonna help me grow my YouTube channel. I'm like, how you gonna do that? No, I don't even want to know. And I say to him, I don't want to know because guess what? I'm gonna do it myself. I have zero desire to buy followers or spend money figuring out algorithms or some company where they get bots and they got bots going on my show. No, thank you. I am so not interested in that. If the Beach Report is meant to be a popular, wonderful channel, then it will be. And I know this because I started my Facebook show, The Beach Report, more than 10 years ago. Well, no, not more than, about 10 years ago. And, oh, Bam had problems with the person from Russia for 2 years until they got rid of them. It is creepy. It is creepy. And, and it makes you feel like Americans are under siege. We are everybody's victims. And I'm nobody's victim. But it feels like everyone in the world is after us here in America, as if they think we are all super wealthy and we can just give everything we have to give because that's what it looks like, isn't it? How many other countries donate to America? How many other countries saw all those people in North Carolina lose their homes? All those people in Hawaii. I don't know about California because, those were celebrities losing their homes. And we all know they have more than one home. But, not all those people were celebrities. Anyway, but seriously, the really sad, like North Carolina and Hawaii, those were like, and I'm not saying LA wasn't bad, but anyway. People who really need help, like even the homeless in LA, the people all over the country, the homeless veterans. Nobody helps them. Everybody expects America to send their money overseas to these people in other countries who don't give a fig about us. They don't care. They don't care that your mother is probably going to lose her home because she can't pay the mortgage. They don't care about that. They don't care that your elderly aunt is being kicked out of her apartment because she can't pay $3,000 a month when normally she'd be paying like $500. So yeah, Bam, we have to be paranoid all the time. So when you come at me from Bangladesh and tell me you're going to grow my audience, you don't even know anything about the Beach Report. Sorry, I don't want your help. I don't need your help. And, that's the other thing. People, you feel better when you do it yourself, don't you? Don't you feel better when you've accomplished something and you did it on your own? Doesn't that make it sweeter? I'm not saying we don't all need help from time to time. But when you believe that you can't do something without the help, then you're crippled. How about all those people? I wish my MAGA hat was a little smaller. Anyway, how about all those people who have like cerebral palsy? You can't walk. They can't talk. And they manage to do amazing things in their lives. What about them? They can achieve the impossible. Anyone can achieve the impossible if you really, really want it. It's a fact. You could be born without arms or legs and you could become, what was that guy? The scientist? I know he's passed away. He went to Epstein Island. I know you guys know his name. Help me out here. I got widow brain and grief does make you lose your mind. It's a real thing. So I'm kind of going through that. So I apologize. I am also nearly 60 years old. So there's that as well. But, I embrace old age as a way of proving that if you get to be 60, stupid people don't usually get to be this old. I'm just saying. Not that you're stupid if you die young, but it takes some smarts to continue to be old and upright. Yeah, Stephen. Oh yeah, you're getting it. You're getting us there anyway. Oh gosh, it's amazing how they make us wait for this stuff. But we're in 2025 now. Can you even with this 2025? Like, how did that happen? The whole world is different too, isn't it? Stephen Hawking. There we go. Thank you, crazy brain. Yeah, Stephen Hawking. Look at that guy. You can do anything that you want. And that's the other problem in this country. All these people screaming about who's going to pick your fruit? Who's going to do this, that, and the other thing? There's always somebody. There's more than 300 million people in America. Like people who were born here and belong here. And you know what, Big D, sometimes people get left behind. It happens, it's kind of up to you. We are individuals. We are not groups of people. We are all individuals with our individual hopes and dreams, our individual minds, our critical thinking, and it's time we used our brains. It's time we stop blaming other people for our problems and took it into our own hands. Or like, let's go. Let's do something better for ourselves. Stop relying on other countries to make your food. Make it yourself. The other day, I literally got laughed at on here for showing people that I grew microgreens with chia seeds. But I had a bunch of other people who were like, hey, how'd you do that? It was super easy. I mean, seriously, wet paper towel, sprinkle chia seeds all over it, put it in not direct sunlight, just under the window where it's going to get some light, but not direct. And the next thing you know, in 3 days, they start to sprout. Chia seeds, chia. Thank you, Spencer. Hi. Hi, Andy. Hi. So, life can be pretty easy. It doesn't have to be complicated. You don't need people from other countries to come into your country to help you live better. That's not the way it works. It's not. And you don't have to have open borders because, again, I say this all the time, but apparently people don't always listen. Do you lock your house? Do you lock your house because you hate everybody? Do you lock your house because you are so greedy that you want to keep everything inside only for yourself? Hi, Putty. No, you lock your house because you love the people inside of it and you want everyone to be safe. Because you know it's a big bad world out there and not everybody is a good person. So you have to be careful. Oh, Elon Musk is shaking up the government, and it's so funny that they are screaming about him. And do they so soon forget that they tried to elect a woman who never got one vote to run for president? So, you hypocrites need to shut up and sit down. Oh, how about Bill Gates? Yeah, you let him do a lot of stuff in the government too, didn't you? How about George Soros? Was that okay? We gave him Biden gave him the Medal of Freedom. Why? Why? I see Elon Musk doing a lot of good for this country at the moment. Oh yeah, how about Schmucky Chucky? Remember when he was on the list of Madam Heidi, what was her name? Heidi Fleiss? Remember he was one of her big bad customers? Remember that, Schmucky Chucky? How much of Americans' taxpayer dollars went to Schmucky getting his rocks off? Courtesy of Heidi Fleiss. What about that? Do you not care? Anybody who starts screaming about U.S. AIDS like it's not a disease, it's a disease. It's a theft. It's a theft of Americans' hard-earned dollars. And it's time that we stop putting up with this crap and stop getting ripped off all over the world and from our own dang government. We need to stop. Okay, it looks like something's going on here. Let's check in with the White House. Oh, Ella Caitlin Collins is talking. Oh, she's so important. There he is. There's our man. Looking good today, President Trump.
Thank you very much. It's a great honor to be with the Prime Minister. We had a picture taken a little while ago, and it was so nice, I thought I'd present it to you on stage. And I wish I was as handsome as him, but I'm not.
They're translating in Japanese at the same time. Does that bother you guys? I can find a different channel. I'm going to find a different channel. I don't think we need to hear Japanese unless you speak Japanese and that's super important to you. Let me know in the comments immediately.
States is ready to share responsibilities and to play its own role. I also reiterated Japan's unwavering commitment to fundamentally reinforcing its defense capabilities, and we confirmed the unwavering commitment by the United States to the defense of Japan. We reaffirmed that Article 5 of the Japan-US Treaty of Mutual Cooperation and Security applies to the Senkaku Islands, with half of the world's population and approximately 60% of the world's GDP. The Indo-Pacific serves as the engine of growth and vitality for Japan, the United States, and the world. President and I also concurred that the United States and Japan will make further efforts in a wide range of areas, working hand in hand together to realize a free and open Indo-Pacific. In this context, we also concurred to further advance cooperation of the multi-layered networks of the like-minded countries, including the Quad and trilateral cooperation with the Republic of Korea and the Philippines. We also discussed Japan-United States cooperation to bring about growth and prosperity. Economic cooperation, including on economic security, is important from the perspective of strengthening alliance cooperation. Japan is the closest economic partner of the United States and has been the world's largest investor in the United States for 5 consecutive years. Also, with the inauguration of President Trump, the momentum for Japanese companies to invest in the United States is growing even stronger. Today, I conveyed my willingness to cooperate together to elevate Japan's investment in the United States to an unprecedented amount of $1 trillion. President Trump and myself also concurred
That's
to
a lot of
elevate
money.
the Japan-U.S. partnership to an even higher level through improving business environment and increasing bilateral investment and employment, strengthening each other's industries, leading the world in developing advanced technologies such as AI and leading-edge semiconductors, and strongly promoting efforts to harness the energy of the growing market in the Indo-Pacific region. We also confirmed that we will cooperate to strengthen energy security between the two countries, including increasing exports of United States liquefied natural gas to Japan in a mutually beneficial manner. Regarding foreign exchange, as in the first Trump administration, close discussions will continue between Japanese and the U.S. finance ministers who are experts in this field.
We also held candid discussions on challenges the Indo-Pacific region is facing. We confirmed that we are resolved not to allow unilateral attempts to change the status quo by force or coercion, and to oppose such attempts in the East and South China Seas in order to fully defend a free and open Indo-Pacific. We also reiterated the importance of peace and stability across the Taiwan Strait. Regarding North Korea, we affirmed the need to address its nuclear and missile program, which poses a serious threat to Japan, the US, and beyond, and that Japan and the US will work together toward the complete denuclearization of North Korea. As the abductees and their families continue to age, I conveyed my strong sense of urgency and determination directly to President Trump, and gained his renewed strong support for the immediate resolution of the abductions issue. While this was my first face-to-face meeting with President Trump, we were able to openly and frankly exchange views, and our meeting turned out to be very productive and meaningful.
Yeah, it was.
As a result of today's meeting, which marked a new departure for the Japan-US relations, we are issuing a Japan-US Joint Leaders Statement. This document will serve as a compass for further cooperation between our two countries. On the basis of these deliverables, I look forward to working together with President Trump, who I respect immensely, to usher in a new golden age of Japan-US relations. I look forward to welcoming you to Japan, and I'm very excited about that prospect. Thank you, Mr.
That was
President.
nice.
Thank you. Any questions, please? Peter?
Elon Musk said today, I love Donald Trump as much as a straight man can love another man. What is the personally
Elon Musk said, I love
I
Donald
think
Trump as
she'll
much as
be
a
okay
straight
with it
man loves
somehow.
another man.
Democratic lawmakers are really upset.
Can you guys hear this?
Engineers have access to these treasury payment systems. The Senate Intel bench wrote a letter this week
They mad.
saying that these systems are used to disperse trillions of dollars each
Welcome,
year to
Deborah.
contain everyday Americans' personal information like social security numbers, home addresses, bank accounts. Why does DOGE need all of that?
Well, it doesn't, but they get it very easily. I mean, we don't have very good security in our country, and they get it very
Facts.
easily. And what we're doing, if you look at
Hi, Annie.
what has just taken place with respect to some of the investments that have been made on another agency that people have been talking about for years, but nobody did anything about it, it's absolutely obscene, dangerous, bad, very costly. I mean, virtually every investment made is a con job. There's nothing of value to anybody unless there's a kickback scheme going on, which is possible. And we're going to be doing more and more of that. We're going to be looking at Department of
Thanks, Donna.
Education. We're going to be looking at even our military. We're going to be looking at tremendous amounts of money, Peter, being spent on things that bear no relationship to anything and have no value. We're talking about trillions of dollars. It will be, in the end, trillions of dollars being absolutely wasted and perhaps illegally. I would say certainly in many cases illegally, but perhaps illegally overall. And I'm very proud of the job that this group of young people, generally young people, but very smart people, they're doing. They're doing it at my insistence. It would be a lot easier not to do it, but we have to take some of these things apart to find the corruption. We found tremendous corruption.
You mentioned the Department of Education. We saw Democratic lawmakers trying to get into the Department of Education earlier today.
Oh, I see the same ones. I see Maxine Waters, a lowlife. I see, all these
Lowlife.
people. They don't love our country. They don't love our country.
Clearly
We
not.
want great education. So they rank 40 countries in education. We're ranked dead last.
That's horrible.
Dead last. But
How embarrassing.
the good news is we're number one in one category. You know what that is? Costs per pupil. We spend more per pupil than any other
You mean we
country in the
waste
world. You
more?
look at Norway, Denmark, Sweden, various countries all up and down. Finland, China does very well in education. And then you look at us. We spend much more money than they do per pupil or any other way. But we spend much more money than they do, and yet we're ranked this year, Biden's last year, congratulations, Joe, we're ranked dead last. So what I want to see is education. Number one, I like choice. We all like choice. But beyond choice, long beyond choice, I want to see it go back to the states where great states that do so well have no debt. They're operated brilliantly. They'll be as good as Norway or Denmark or Sweden or any of the other highly ranked countries. They'll be, you probably have 35 to 38 states will be right at the top. And the rest will come along. They'll have to come along competitively. And by the way, we'll be spending a lot less money. And we'll have great education.
As part of this DOGE effort, one of the DOGE engineers was fired for some inappropriate posts. The vice president says, bring him back. What do you say?
Well, I don't know about the particular thing, but
Criminals
if the
happen
vice
to the
president said
public.
that, did you say that? I'm with the vice president. Thank you, Peter. Yeah, go ahead, please. Yes, red dress.
President, just how strong do you want Japan's military to be? And do you specifically hope that their increased military spending will deter China and North Korea? What did you talk about that today?
Well, I want our military to be the strongest. I also don't mind spending so much money on the military because we build it here. It's made in the USA, all made in the USA. We have, I rebuilt our military during my first term. Did a great job. We left some of it behind in Afghanistan, stupidly. There's
Welcome,
no reason
Evelyn.
for that, but it was still, as much as it was billions and billions of dollars, but it was a small part of it. But we're going to have the strongest military by far. We have great people. I want to congratulate Pete Hegseth for having gone through the gauntlet. He went through a lot, but he got through, and he's going to be a tremendous, I have no doubt he's going to be a tremendous leader. And other of the leaders sitting here, they're in their own fields. We're going to do something very, very, very great, and we expect great things. But I expect the strongest military by far in the world, far stronger than China, far stronger than anybody, and that's the way it is. Thank you very much. would you like to ask a question? Please. Go ahead.
Thank you, Mr. President.
Thank you.
This is Hiramoto from Nippon Television. My question, let me ask two quick questions.
Sure.
First, this is the first meeting between Mr. President and Prime Minister Ishiba. So what kind of impression do you have on him? And number two, do you have an idea or do you have a plan to impose tariff against Japan so far? Thank you.
I think that he is going to be a great prime minister. I think he's a very strong man, very, very strong. I have great respect for him. I've known him for a long time through a reputation. Shinzo Abe thought the world of him, and I think he's going to do a fantastic job as prime minister. A very strong person. I wish he wasn't so strong. I wish he was a little bit weaker than that, but that's what I got. I have to get strong guys all the time. He's going to be a great prime minister. I also, in terms of tariffs, I mean, we're going to have tariffs, mostly reciprocal tariffs, where we go with, and I'm going to be probably
Sure, Evelyn,
meeting
whatever.
on that Monday or Tuesday, have an announcement, probably a news conference, but probably reciprocal tariffs where a country pays so much or charges us so much, and we do the same. So very reciprocal, because I think that's the only fair way to do it. That way, nobody's hurt. They charge us, we charge them. It's the same thing. And I seem to be going in that line as opposed to a flat fee tariff. Okay?
Evelyn knows Trump personally, so, you know, we have to listen to her.
Yes, go.
She's his
please.
friend.
Please, go ahead. Why don't you go ahead?
She was there when he didn't learn how to read.
This is
Right,
Ota from
Evelyn?
Yomiuri Shimbun newspaper.
You know everything.
I have a question for Prime Minister Ishiba. So this is your very first summit meeting. What was your impression of President Trump? Were you able to build a good relationship of trust and confidence? In Northeast Asia, there are many challenges, China, North Korea, and so forth. And with President Trump, what did you appeal to him? And what kind of understanding were you
Good point,
able to
Bam.
obtain? On the economic field, there is the
that's my
acquisition
point,
of
Don.
US Steel, by Nippon Steel, and there are expansion of import of LNG. What were the communication discussion did you have with President Trump for the $1 trillion of
Me too,
investment from
Brenda.
Japan to investment? What was his reaction? What about your communication on tariff front? This is the first time that I met with President Trump in person. So this was the first time meeting face to face. But for many, many years, I have watched him on television. So it was quite I was so excited to see such a celebrity on television,
Oh,
to see
starstruck.
in person. On television, he is frightening, and he has a very strong personality.
Frightening.
But when I met with him, actually, he was very sincere and very powerful and with strong will for the United States as for the whole world. I was able to feel that.
Wow.
This is not the sort of polishing or trying to suck up to him for the world peace and for the
Wow.
regional stability that
So
both of
sincere.
our countries need to play our role and
Hey, Yale
make
Tom.
our endeavors and responsibility. As for the increase of
This
our
is real.
defense expenditures, it is not that we are told by the United States to do so. Japan, on our own decision and on our own responsibility, we need to increase our defense expenditures. But of course, we need to communicate and consult with the United States. But the responsibility is with Japan, and the decision is with Japan.
Total respect.
Now, on the tariffs, that
Yes, thank you, Jesus.
if it is mutually beneficial,
Praise the Lord.
tariffs need to be
Thank you.
set. And as for Japan, as Mr. President has introduced to us, an unprecedented investment will be made from Japan to the United States, and so many jobs will
Wow.
be created.
Isn't
So
this
$1 trillion
wonderful?
is the target.
Woohoo! This is amazing.
And this will be to the benefit
Thank
of the
you,
United
Shiza.
States, but also to the benefit of Japan as well.
Yes.
Investment is mutually beneficial.
Thank you.
So be it with U.S. Steel, as Mr. President says, it is not acquisition, it is investment.
Getting on my knees. Thank you,
So
Jesus.
the Japanese technology will be provided, and the better quality products will be
Thank
manufactured in the United States,
Wow.
and the U.S. Steel will make products which will contribute not only to the United States and Japan, but also to the whole world. It is not one-sided. It will be reciprocal. It will be mutually beneficial. And I believe we were able to share on this, and that is the biggest result that I have seen today.
Whoa! Wow! Wow, my head is exploding. I'm so happy. I'm crying. We got to go back to this. Sorry, guys. I'm so excited right now. That was amazing.
deal. So you're saying that is this a restructuring of the deal that's happening, and then will you approve?
They're doing it as an investment, no longer
Investment,
purchase.
exactly.
Okay.
I didn't want it purchased, but investment I love.
I
And
love
they're gonna do a
this.
big investment, subject to getting the deal done.
Oh,
And they'll be doing a
Annie.
big-
Japan
I'm
and,
okay
and
with that, sure.
America.
And for the Prime Minister,
After our
your
crazy
argument,
history.
to the president related
So
to
much
US
love
Steel.
right
And
now.
one more on tariffs, Mr. President, if I could. You said on tariffs that you'd like them to be reciprocal back and forth. What was the reception from the Japanese Prime Minister when you said that, or when you talked about
Well, we
it?
didn't discuss tariffs too much. We really discussed many other things, including the pipeline in Alaska, which I
God,
think is
it's
going to
so
be maybe
good.
the most exciting thing with Doug and Chris. We discussed that at length, the pipeline. I mean, it seemed to be of great interest to them. It's, we have potentially more oil and gas than in Saudi Arabia, just in Alaska. We have the most of any country in the world. It's a big asset for the
Can all
United
work
States, but we
together.
haven't used it. We go to Venezuela, we go to other places to take oil and gas, and we have more than anybody. It's an amazing phenomenon that took place over the last 4 years. Nobody
Right,
understands it, including the people that were in charge of it. They had no clue what they were doing. So it was a big problem. They were surprised actually too. They were saying why didn't they wouldn't sell them LNG. They wouldn't sell it. Japan wanted to buy LNG, and Biden wouldn't sell it. And I'm trying to figure that one out. Maybe it was the environment. You might answer that question.
Yeah,
He's
why?
curious about that himself, I
Yeah,
think.
would like to know.
Thank you very much. If you want to answer that,
Yeah,
you
answer.
may, about LNG, that the United States wouldn't sell you LNG.
Yes, do tell.
で我々と
That was a really unfortunate thing, but the current administration,
Happy you're here, Shiza.
I'm sorry, the previous administration was not allowing the LNG to be exported to us. I
and
believe that President
subscribe.
Trump, on the day of his inauguration, allowed us to resume this importing. I think this is something that is really wonderful for us. And as the country of Japan, we are interested in importing not just LNG, but also bioethanol, ammonia, and other resources at a stable price, a reasonable price from the United States. And we also want to improve the
translator,
trade
Annie.
deficit that the U.S. has towards Japan. So if we are able to buy those at a stable and reasonable price, I think it would be a wonderful situation. And for that, I am very appreciative to President Trump. And we also look forward to LNG and hope that it's a success.
I want to just say that on the ethanol, Iowa is going to be very happy. All of the Nebraska, all of our farm states are going to be very happy. They want ethanol, and we'll be able to provide it. So our farmers, who I like and they like me, I think they're going to be very, very happy. We've opened the sale of LNG immediately. Actually, we did it a few days ago, and China right now, not only China, everybody wants to buy it. We have more than anybody,
Come
and they're all
back.
buying it. But
Subscribe.
Japan, in particular, we're very happy that they're going to start immediately, and we can supply it to the world. But we're supplying it to Japan, and they're going to always be right up in the front of the line. Yeah, go ahead, please.
Back at you, babe.
Go ahead.
Thank you so much.
Mr. Prime Minister, I have a question for you as well, but Mr. President, I'll start with you.
Oh, here she
Quickly
comes.
to follow up on what Peter was asking,
We do.
have you directed Elon Musk to review Pentagon spending, given it's the biggest discretionary
Yes,
spending
I
in the
have
federal budget?
Pentagon, education, just about everything. We're going to go through everything,
doing a
just as
great
it was so
job.
bad with what we just went through, with this horrible situation we just went through.
How much
and
did Caitlin
I
get
guess
from
97% of the
USAIDs?
people have been dismissed. It was very, very unfortunate. You're not going to find anything like that, but you're going to find a lot. And I've instructed him to go check out education, to check out the Pentagon, which is the military. And, sadly, you'll find some things that are pretty bad. But I don't think proportionally you're going to see anything like we just saw.
FBI has turned over a list to the Justice Department of the FBI agents who worked on the January 6 rioters cases. Are you planning to fire the FBI agents who worked on those investigations?
No, but I'll fire some of them because some of them were corrupt. I
Right.
have no doubt about that. I got to know a lot about that business, that world. I got to know a lot about that world, and we had some corrupt agents, and those people are gone, or they will be gone, and
Woo!
it'll be done quickly and
Nice.
very surgically.
Yes.
Did you have a question for the Prime Minister?
Seriously, bitch. Sorry, guys. Yeah, tell
Talk
her to
up.
shut up.
Are those the ones who worked on the January 6th?
I
Oh,
don't know.
shut
I don't
up.
know. I know
We
we have
don't
some that
care.
are very corrupt, and we don't like it.
Yeah, it's
We're going to
corrupt.
bring back the reputation of the FBI. Kash Patel is going to do a great job.
Woo!
And we're going to bring back the reputation of the FBI, which has been hurt very badly. It's been devastated over the last 4 years.
You have just been meeting for the first time with President Trump. The last administration famously did not have hardly
Yes, she is,
any,
Annie.
if at all, contact with North
She's a
Korea.
nasty
President
woman.
Trump certainly did the last time he was in office. Would you like to see him resume that contact and also that in-person meeting that he had with the North Korean leader, Kim Jong-un?
I don't know about cash. Does anyone know?
それはが
That is something that the United States needs to determine on its own.
Yeah. Tell her to
And
sit
it's
down and
not
stop with her nasty talk.
something that we should request. Having said that, but for example, in Vietnam or Singapore, the President of the United States, President Trump, was able to meet with Kim Jong-un. I think that's a very positive development.
Yes, it is.
So now that President Trump is in power again,
There will be more.
if we are
good
able
things.
to move towards resolving issues with the North Korea, I think it would be great. And of course,
Sure would.
for us, that includes not only denuclearization, but also resolving the abductee issue. And so not only the victims of the abductees, but also their families too are aging. And so our time is limited. So if the President of the United States, if President Trump is able to resolve this issue, we do understand that it's a Japan issue first and foremost. Having said that, we would love to continue to cooperate with them.
It's actually a good question, and we will have relations with North Korea, with Kim Jong-un. I got along with him very well, as you know.
Yep.
I think I stopped the war. I
He-
think if
he did.
I wouldn't have won that particular election, you would have ended up in a very bad situation. But I did, and we had a
Most
good relationship.
peaceful president
and,
ever.
I think it's a very big asset for everybody that I do get along with him. I get along with him, he gets along with me, and that's a good thing, not a bad thing. And I can tell you that Japan likes the idea because their relationship is not very good with him. And if I can have a relationship with not only him, but other people throughout the world where there seem to be difficulties, I think
Peace
it's a
throughout
tremendous
the world.
asset for the world, not just the
The
United
world.
States. Go ahead.
I have a question for you and for the Prime Minister as well. Mr. President, I wonder what you make of the criticism from Democrats that these staff reductions, the cuts that Elon Musk and DOGE are doing are an unlawful power grab. Is there anything you've told Elon Musk he cannot touch?
Well, we haven't discussed that much. I'll tell him to go here, go there. He does it. He's got a very capable group of people. Very capable. They know
Amen,
what
Edwin.
they're
Welcome.
doing. They'll ask questions, and they'll see immediately as somebody gets tongue-tied that they're either crooked or don't know what they're doing. We have very smart people going in, so I've instructed him go into education, go into military, go into other things as we go along. And they're finding massive amounts of fraud, abuse, waste, all of these things. So, but I will pick out a target and I say go in. There could be areas that we won't, but I think everything's fertile. You know, we're a government. We have to be open. And as an open government, I don't know, I guess you could say maybe some high intelligence or something. And I'll do that myself if I have to. But generally speaking, I'll just say go. But he will be looking at education pretty quickly, and he will be looking at military too.
As you know, the bulk of federal spending is Social Security, Medicare, programs like that. Would you like to see him look at those programs as well?
Well, they don't really have to be looked at by him. They can be looked at by us. Social Security will not be touched. It'll only be strengthened. We have illegal immigrants on Social Security, and we're going to find out who they are and take them out. We have illegal immigrants in other Medicare. We found a lot of bad people, a lot of people that shouldn't be on, that were put on through California. A lot of them come out of California. We're not going to stand for that. So we're going to strengthen our Social Security, et cetera. We're not going to touch it other than to make it stronger. But we have people that shouldn't be on, and those people we have to weed out. Most of them, or many of them so far, have been illegal immigrants. They shouldn't even be in the country. Do you have a question for the Prime Minister?
Mr. Prime Minister, the president's affinity for tariffs is well known. If the U.S. places tariffs on Japanese imports, would Japan retaliate?
Hi, Joy. Thank you, Annie. He who dwells in the shelter of the Most High will rest in the shadow of
I
the
am
Almighty.
unable to respond to a theoretical question. That's the official answer that we have.
That's a very good answer. Very good answer. Wow. That's very good. He knows what he's doing. Thank you very much, everybody. Thank you. Thank you.
Oh, it's Caitlin wants to ask more questions. Alrighty then. Whoops. Okay. That was the White House. Finally, the White House is posting live videos from President Trump. I've been waiting for that because I hate having to get the news anymore from videos that are coming off of these weird TV channels I've never heard of, and then the AP news, which I don't trust anymore. And it's sad because when I was in journalism school, we were taught to trust the AP. The Associated Press was like the big thing, Reuters too. And now we find out that they were taking millions and millions of dollars from the government just to alter the news. It's very disappointing and very upsetting. Anyway, that's right, Donna. So for those of you coming on now, I say I've got 282 people, and that is just fantastic. And I want to thank you all. If you have already subscribed, I want to ask you to please subscribe. I am trying to grow my YouTube channel because the bigger my YouTube channel gets, the more amazing things we can do. And I love to take you guys on field trips. And I want to do a lot of traveling throughout Florida, take you to some amazing beaches, have great interviews with people, and definitely make the world great again. Not just America, but the whole world. This is an international show as well. And like these people come on and they're just so rude. Like, why would you say something like that to a stranger? I look too happy. You know, I feel really sorry for people like you, Jay Munoz. So I'm going to pray for you. And I hope that your day gets better and that you do things that are productive instead of coming on a stranger's page and saying something that you hope will hurt their feelings. It doesn't hurt my feelings. Nothing hurts my feelings. But, you know, I do see all these trolls come on my page and you know, I'm like, how can I turn that problem into a solution? You know, yeah, it sucks after you use the data up on your phone to get the news and then watch it on YouTube with some crazy person that messes around with the show. Are you talking about me, Outwiz? I know I don't always like follow it linear, but I am a card-carrying journalist. I have lived in well, I lived in Switzerland for 10 years, so I'm also an immigrant, kind of in reverse. But I've played the immigration game. I've been a journalist since I was 21 years old, even before then. And a full moon. Is it going to be a full moon tonight? So I don't know. People say such crazy things to me. But I have my longtime followers, and they're on here, and I love them so much. And if you say anything nasty, I've just given them all the power to throw you into the Gulf of America. So that's right, Bam. Dual citizenship right here. So watch what you say to me, because now it's not just me moderating. I got my people on here, my prayer warriors. Speaking of prayer warriors, hey, Mr. Sandman, God bless you too. I would like to bless everybody watching this show right now. I think that we can't do enough of blessing each other. I'd like to see this world really be a better place. And I know a lot of you will see MAGA and think, oh no, I understand that people think this means hatred because that's what they've been told. But it means the absolute opposite. It means exactly what it says, make America great again. And there'll be these people saying, America was never great. Yeah. Well, I'm going to be 60 years old this year, and I can tell you that when I was a kid, America was great. In fact, it was so great that it let me live. Yeah, I'll tell you a little story about that. So I started out my life as an unwanted pregnancy. My mother didn't think she could get pregnant, and I guess my father didn't care. I don't know, but I started out my life as somebody who really didn't matter in the world. And these days, they wouldn't think twice about sucking me out. You know what I mean? But back in 1965, when life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness was a real thing and a real promise in the Constitution, people like me were protected. And I was allowed to live. And I was given up for adoption. Thank you, Atwiz. And I've had a great life. And I was born in America. And I appreciate it so much. But I've lived in another country, and I know what it's like to be a foreigner. I know what it's like to come back to your home and feel like a foreigner after you've lived in another country for 10 years. Brenda, you're right. President Trump's morning prayer session, totally amazing. But you know what's even more amazing? Did you hear what that Japanese prime minister said about President Trump? That was amazing. And I want to listen to that again. He said he met President Trump in person, and he was shocked by how personable and sweet he was. Those weren't exactly the words that he used, but it was really nice. Thank you, Al. Oh, thank you, Hector. Hey, Kokomos. So I thought it was an amazing testament to somebody who was like, never met President Trump before, only ever saw him on TV, was a little starstruck and a little scared. He said he was frightening. And of course, President Trump is frightening to some people if they listen to the news and the horrible, disparaging remarks about this man who I've never met him in person, but I know a lot of people who have. And every single one of them says how kind he is. So I'm not looking for a boyfriend, blue skin, so don't get your panties all in a bunch. I'm not here for any other reason than to talk about my love of America. And also maybe to educate some of you men and younger men, maybe even older men, how you treat a lady. A woman like me is not interested in any of your, crude remarks, rude remarks. And if you want to date someone like me, not me, because I don't date, but if you want to date someone, and the complimenting is fine, but do it in a respectful way. I'm not, let's see, how do I say this nicely? Because I so appreciate it when you say kind things to me. That's always nice. The world is a better place when people come at you with kindness. But, saying stuff like I'm hot and stuff, it's kind of, misogynistic. I'm just teaching you the way that like this Mac guy, feet pics. Like, why don't you talk to a hoe like that? Don't talk to me like that. Yeah, one of my moderators just slam dunked that comment. But seriously, I'm not an OnlyFans person, okay? I'm not on here looking for cheap thrills or looking to provide any of you with cheap thrills, okay? If you want that, you can find it. Definitely. There are women out there who will sell their bodies, sell their souls without thinking twice. They'll do it for money. What about that woman, I forget her name, on OnlyFans? It slept with 101 guys in one day, and then that wasn't enough for her. She had to go for 1,000. What? Like, who does that? Like, what's going on? What's going on with these people? Please don't lump me in with anyone like that, okay? Don't talk about OnlyFans on my show. Don't say I should do it because it's rude. To me, it's like all I have to offer is my body, or my face, or whatever. I'm so much more than that. I'm a child of the King of the universe. Don't disrespect me and don't mock my dog. I mean, look at these people, like so rude. I pray for you. So I'm gonna read a psalm here because it's all I can do. And I see these nasty comments. I can't let them hurt me. I mean, what you're doing is showing us who you are, not anything about me. So I don't take it internally, but I feel really badly for you because the kind of life that you have, that you would talk to a stranger like this, to actually write it down, to be on your keyboard and put it out there for hundreds of people to see. I have to wonder about you. I really, like, the Eric part's gone. Like, I have to wonder about you. It's sad. You're a sick person. Anyway, it is wrong, Annie, because, your body is your temple, and God made you in his image. So if you want to have a good life, treat other people with the respect that you should be showing to yourself as well. And I think people say things like, this guy's calling me a hypocrite. He doesn't even know me. But what he's actually doing is telling us that he's a hypocrite. What was it we used to say when we were kids in school? I'm rubber, you're glue. Whatever you say to me bounces off me and sticks to you. So everybody's saying these horrible things. They think they're saying them to me, but what they're really doing is telling us all what kind of people they are. So thank you, Dan. May the Lord bless you all too. Thank you. Like here, this person is ugly. Like, it's funny. They're all saying these things that they are. That's right. You are ugly inside and out. I feel very sorry for you. Very, very sorry for you. But I'm going to pray for you. And maybe your life will be better when you realize that it all comes about how much you love yourself. If you don't love yourself, you really can't love anybody else. I'm sorry, Jamie. I'm already married. My husband has died, but I'm already married and still love him. And now I just live my life for God and Jesus. And I did not get my White House press pass. Yes, Tom, but yes, I did apply. So if you guys could pray for me for that too, I think that would be pretty cool. I'm a real journalist. I went to journalism school. I wrote for the Pittsburgh Post-Gazette for 18 years. I have all the credentials. I've lived in Switzerland. I rode over there, all the credentials. So I'm hoping the Secret Service will come and investigate me to the hilt. They're welcome. They're welcome to see everything. Yes, exactly, Donna. Prayers for the trolls. Yes, I pray for you. Oh, look, the devil is even here. Yes, you have to love yourself. There's Spirit. Hello, beautiful. Yeah, if you don't love yourself, then seriously, you're going to hurt other people and yourself. It's pretty bad. Okay, is today the 7th? I think today is February 7th. So I'm going to read this from Jesus Calling, Enjoying Peace in His Presence by Sarah Young. Got that right, Annie. Come to me for rest and refreshment. The journey has been too much for you. You are bone weary. Do not be ashamed of your exhaustion. Instead, see it as an opportunity for me to take charge of your life. Remember that I can fit everything into a pattern for good, including the things you wish were different. Start with where you are at this point in time and space, accepting that this is where I intend you to be. You will get through today one step, one moment at a time. Your main responsibility is to remain attentive to me, letting me guide you through the many choices along your pathway. Now, this sounds like an easy assignment, but it is not. Your desire to live in my presence goes against the grain of the world, the flesh, and the devil. Much of your weariness results from your constant battle against these opponents right here. However, you are on the path of my choosing, so do not give up. Hope in me, for you will again praise me for the help of my presence. And that comes from Romans 8:28 and Psalm 42. So amazing. You know, we can all choose to be better. We can all choose to use kindness. Or we can choose to go a different path, and then you just show everybody who you are and what you're all about. And that's not cool. So anyway, I am trying to spread love and enlightenment and helping you guys also to raise your vibration. I mean, look, there's actual devils on this page right now. Someone just praised Satan. That's really sick. And I pray for you. I pray for all of you, especially the ones who are praising Satan. But you know what? I rebuke you in the name of Jesus Christ. So, no weapon formed against me shall prosper or you. All right, you guys. He's got the whole world in his hands. He's got the whole wide world in his hands. He's got the whole world in his hands. He's got the whole world in his hands. Look at these rude people. This is so gross. You're so disgusting, you men. Like, seriously, think about what you're saying to a woman who isn't in front of you naked and asking whatever kind of attention. Have respect. Have respect for your mothers and your grandmothers and your sisters and your aunts. Have respect for them. All right? I gotta go. I'll see you guys later on the next beach report. I pray for all of you with your really nasty comments. I pray for you all. Yeah, Spirit, I didn't see you earlier, but I figured out how to do it. Here, I'll show you. I'll show you right now, so you know for the future. All right, we got the moderators everywhere now, so good luck. Good luck saying nasty things on the beach report, because we just aren't going to put up with it anymore. All right? All right, you guys. I will leave you with one thing. I'm going to read this. This came from one of my good friends who gets a lot of interesting information, and he sent me this text. So let me see what this looks like to you. You know what? Free speech is great, Mike. But if you come on my show and you use your free speech in order to disparage me or others, then you won't be on my show, because I have the right to take you off. So there you go. See you later. Bye. Anyway, check this out. Boom. Trump expands Gitmo. 30,000 traders will face justice. The swamp is about to drown. Hey, random guy. It is imperative to be kind and build bridges. Thank you. I love that. I love that you're here saying wonderful things like this. It's happening. Guantanamo Bay is expanding. Big time. Trump is back and the deep state is out of time. 30,000 traders, global elites, and Epstein's clients are about to face justice. The walls are closing in. January 31st, 2025 will be remembered forever. Listen to this. And this is not my prophecy. Someone else wrote this, so we'll see what happens. Trump has ordered Gitmo to be expanded to house 30,000 prisoners. Did the swamp think they were safe? Well, think again. According to Trump, he said, "Today I'm instructing the Department of Defense to prepare a 30,000 person facility at Guantanamo Bay." Now, this is not politics. This is actual WAR. The battle for America's soul is reaching its final phase, and the corrupt cabal is finished. Who's headed to Gitmo? You already know. These names have haunted America for decades, and now they are finally being exposed. The arrests are inevitable, and I hope the punishment is swift. So let's start with the Biden crime family. Stolen elections, China bribes, and more, and their time is up. And then we have Hill and Bill. Decades of cover-ups, Epstein connections, and suicided witnesses. Not to mention the latest news with the Clinton Foundation, and everybody knows that good old Chelsea, she's gotten millions and millions of Americans' tax-paying dollars to do what? Gotta wonder, I don't know, didn't they pay for her wedding out of Haitian funds? Everyone knows that. Does anybody care? I do. I'm sick of it. How about the O-Man, the architect of corruption, the divider in chief? And then how about Big Pharma and Fauci? We all know COVID was a scam, and they cashed in while we suffered. And not just Americans, all over the world. And then we've got the deep state operatives, the puppeteers behind the coup against Trump. And then we have Epstein's client list, Hollywood elites, politicians, billionaires, all exposed. What are their crimes? Treason, human trafficking, selling out America. Gitmo is now a prison for traitors. Trump is turning Guantanamo Bay into the final stop for these criminals. No loopholes, no sweetheart deals, no corrupt judges. Justice will be served. The media is in a panic right now, and that's why they're silent. I mean, why isn't CNN talking about this? Why is the Washington Post ignoring it? Because they are scared. They spent years covering for these monsters, and now they know it's game over. They can't hide, they can't spin, and the truth is coming out. Okay, so here's what my friend says is going to happen next. Mass arrests and indictments, because no one in this administration is above the law. Epstein's full client list revealed the world will see the truth. The unsealing of classified documents, because Trump holds the receipts. The restoration of law and order. And America first. We've been waiting, we've been watching, and they say now that the storm is... I just went black. Don't know why. Maybe they're scared. Anyway, yeah. So we'll see what happens, but we, the American people, are very tired of being treated like everybody's punching bag. Especially older Americans. And I predict that if things go the way they should, that it will be a great day to be elderly in America, because we've been robbed, we've been beaten, we've been used and abused, and it's about time that this stops. They're putting an end to it. So everybody needs to raise your vibration, expect good to come to us. We have been helping the whole world, and now it's time that we take care of ourselves. Nobody else is going to help us, but we need to take care of ourselves. All right, you guys. I'm going to say ciao for now. All you trolls, I feel sorry for you. And we will wait and see what happens. Because justice is coming. And it's not up to me and it's not up to you. It's up to God. But we can help by having a positive attitude and expecting only the best. Because the best is yet to come. All right, you guys. Ciao for now.